Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Kennedy and Shevchenko to defeat Da Un Jung. And I'm here to talk about Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Madellena. Kevin is 30 years old, 25-9, and he's got 4 inches of height and 8 inches of reach over 27-year-old Jack, who is 15-2. And let me just take this moment to say, I love this fucking fight. This could be the main event of a fight night, or the co-main event of a pay-per-view. Certainly that one last week in Australia. But here we go. Jack is 15-2, 13 finishes, 11 by TKO, and he's just got 2 decisions. The 2 decision victories both come at the UFC level. His last one over Basil Hafez and his Contender Series fight over Angelusa, who looked good, really good, a week or 2 ago. He's got 2 losses, and they come in his first 2 fights. He was TKO'd by this guy, Alden Bates. That was in round 3. That was his first fight, and it was from the full mount. And he was submitted with a rear naked choke quickly in his next one to this guy, Darcy. Since then, he's won 15 consecutive fights, 5 or 6 of which have been in the UFC now at this point. And he's looked almost perfect up until that last one with Basil Hafez, which was really close. And he also avenged the Alden Bates loss as well. But Jack, again, most of his wins, even at the UFC level, have been finishes. He did get a submission over Randy Brown, which was pretty much half a TKO anyway. You know, his striking is just phenomenal, Jack Della Madellena. He's got such clean striking, dangerous, powerful, but really technical, and mixes shit up very well. Every limb to every spot on the body and head. And he's just a really calculated striker. And yeah, he's incredible. But he had some trouble in his last one of his 2 decision wins over Basil Hafez. There were a bunch of circumstances, shitty circumstances for both fighters in that fight. Jack hanging out, waiting a few weeks for a fight, and going through like 20 different opponents. But the fight went down the way it went down, and it was really close. Basil Hafez did find success taking him down and neutralizing him on the ground and controlling him and popping out of guillotines as well, which Jack, I'm sure learned something from. But Jack did win the points battle. He outpointed him down the stretch. They gave him rounds 2 and 3. And despite all the circumstances and how the fight went, he kept his record pretty. He's undefeated in the UFC. And this is not a fight where he could expect to worry about the same shit that he worried about against Basil Hafez. Kevin Holland is not the type to duplicate that performance. He is the anti-neutralizing grappler, which is how he's had trouble as well in the UFC. He's lost to Derek Brunson and Marvin Vettori, who have much better physicality. They're much stronger guys and middleweights. Both those were 5-round fights, but he was clearly neutralized, and it was a hole definitely exposed in Kevin Holland as a fighter. But at middleweight, again, really. Kevin Holland, he's been defeated 9 times, mostly at middleweight, but every weight class. 1 TKO loss to Wonderboy Thompson. That was round 4, doctor stoppage between rounds, between 4 and 5. So he wasn't legitimately finished, knocked out, or had the ref stop it, but he was beaten up badly in that fight. He still had his moments, but overall, he had like a moment, I should say, but he got the shit kicked out of him over there, and that was a fight that, look, Jack Della Madellena can find success on the feet against Kevin Holland for sure. That's how he's expected to win. But I don't think he can duplicate the Wonderboy Thompson performance. Wonderboy is just such a unique striker, or, damn close to it. And the opposite type of striker is Jack. Jack, going to make him sound limited, saying he's slower and plodding, but everybody is compared to Wonderboy. Jack is really fucking sharp, though. Incredibly sharp, very dangerous, and he's going to be really tough to beat on the feet. But Kevin Holland is really good on the feet. Deceptively good. He's got 14 KO victories. Again, they cover 2 weight classes, but we've seen him at the UFC level. He beat plenty of guys in round 3. Santiago Ponzinibbio in his last one. Joaquin Buckley, I think his first UFC victory. He also beat Jeff Neal in round 3 before he got to the UFC. Kevin Holland is deceptively powerful and carries his power late. Submission-wise, I think Kevin Holland is more of a threat, much more of a threat than Jack Della Madellena. He's been submitted a few times, Kevin, so, that he may not get the respect he deserves, but he's only been submitted by excellent jiu-jitsu guys. Hamzat Chimaev, I don't know if he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but he's an excellent grappler. Brendan Allen and Rafael Lovato Jr., killer jiu-jitsu guy. And even if you count Kyle Dawkins, which I don't, he's really good on the ground as well. I don't think that's a path to victory for Jack, but I think it's a path to victory for Kevin. Kevin's got 7 submissions. I'm sure a good amount of them are Darce chokes and anacondas. He's really good at lacing up necks and arms with those long limbs of his. And if you take him down and you're on top of him, you can't relax either. He's got a good active guard, and he's also got some power, as he knocked out Jacare Souza from his back. Definitely his finest highlight, I should say, Kevin Holland. Look, this fight can go either way, of course. It's not like I think, I'm sure either guy's going to win, but I'm siding with Kevin Holland, and I'm certainly betting on him. I'm picking him to win this fight. I think he's got more ways to win. I think he's really, really tough, Kevin Holland, and it's going to be tough to get him out of there, which is why I did bet on Jack at plus 350 to win a decision. I'm very sure that's his only path to victory, Jack Della Madellena. As good as he is on the feet and as dangerous as he is, and he is so fucking dangerous, I just think so much of the durability of Kevin Holland. And again, I've seen every one of his losses, and all 4 or 5 times he'd say he was finished. I don't think he's getting finished in this one against Jack Della Madellena. But I'm picking Kevin Holland to win. I think he does have that submission prowess that could give Jack Della Madellena trouble. I think it would have to be something more opportunistic rather than taking him down and methodically out-grappling him. But Kevin Holland is an opportunistic guy, and he's also got the height and reach and physicality on the feet and the deceptive power that I think gives him something going on the feet against Jack Della Madellena. Jack's a much cleaner striker, but Kevin is nifty, crafty, and very, very powerful. And again, carries that power deep. I think he's just a problem for Jack, and in a lot of ways, a step up. So I'm picking Kevin Holland to win. He is my pick. He is my bet at plus 125. If I was confident in isolating his path to victory to one dominant path, I'd be betting on a prop. But I just think there's overall value on Kevin Holland. As for Jack Della Madellena, I've hedged with him winning by decision because I'm very sure that is his only path to victory against Kevin Holland. Of course, he's going to TKO him now. But that's how I see this fight. I'm going with Holland, hedging with the decision for Jack. If you feel one way or the other, maybe you'll take something from this video. But that's how I see the fight going. I've got Kevin Holland winning, surprising Jack, and just being that very dangerous guy who, despite being the opposite of a guy like Basil Hafez, is very dangerous in every other way. So, going with Kevin. We'll see what happens. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.